Spiritual wounding is something that can cost people their lives. It is something that is very rarely spoken of out loud. It's one of those things we keep to ourselves, but that our mind and our bodies struggle with until we grapple with those very significant issues that cause it. Last year, I published a book, Who Am I? A Deep Dive Through Spiritual Wounding to Identity, available at Barnes& and Noble and at Amazon, where we start looking at some foundation shifting questions about spiritual wounding. For example, is it okay to ask questions of everybody, of the Bible, of our spiritual leaders, of our parents? Is it okay to question our family system that we had before? What if our siblings say it's not? Is it okay to, oh, what is my origin story? What do I know of myself? How did I become me? How did I determine who I was? Is that something that is malleable, or is that something that is born within me? Am I the hero in my life or just in the lives of other people? Am I an object to them where I don't really matter? Is that something that is endorsed by my spiritual belief system that I can be sacrificed? And that's another chapter. Am I a human sacrifice? And then we get into the body. Does my life matter? Does my body matter? Those kinds of questions that in many spiritual systems, it says that none of it matters. Only God matters. But the problem is that we have to live our lives and we have to exist, and we cannot exist in a system that says that it's not okay for us to be who we are. So out of this book came another book. Now, chapter 2 in this book, I tell two different stories that are very personal to me. One is of my sister and the foundation of our relationship, and the other one is of the self-inflicted death of my grandmother in chapter 3. I didn't realize that those two chapters were going to take on a life of their own, but they did in Invisible Me and the Matriarchs, and that is book number 2 that just came out. A Journey to Recognition, Connection, and Healing. This is the true story, not of me. It's the true story of a young girl who was 12 years old, growing up in a very abusive home and abusive system, and her mother died by self-inflicted death. And so it's the story of how she survived that spiritual wounding, because there was some spiritual wounding that occurred along the way. She was not seen throughout her life, and then how she found herself. And this person is very important to me. She's actually my aunt. And so this is our family story as well. Finding her meant that she also got to find all sorts of beautiful parts to her family tree that she never, ever, ever considered existed because she was just non-existent in the family. And so I encourage you to read this book as well. Part 1 is her story, and it is from her child perspective. So it is how she experienced it as a child. And then as you go through part 1, she starts working on healing and figuring out some things about herself and about life and about meaning and about love, which is what makes the world go round. And part 2 is this treasure that she found for the whole family history. So because she did this work, the entire family line has this treasure of incredible stories. And I promise you, our family generational trauma is not just on the negative side. We get family generational strengths and gifts and genes. And if they weren't good ones, we wouldn't be here. And so they're treasured. And all of our families have some stories in there that we need to discover. So I encourage you to please buy my 2 books. And this one is with Anna Myers, who is my aunt. This one is Who Am I? A Deep Dive Through Spiritual Wounding to Identity. If you read them, I would love for you to leave a review so that people can know how you experience them. They are deep, they are powerful, they are not for children. They are for people who are thinking, who are willing to go to some places that may be unexpected, but I promise you it is so worth it, and it always ends good. It ends good. So I look forward to seeing you in our videos, and I'll see you soon.